Okay, welcome. My name is Lee May, if I haven't yet met you already. And welcome to the Elemental series. So, Elemental series meaning to say we're doing Earth today. The next week will be fire, followed by air, followed by water. So that's the next 4 weeks. And I feel so blessed to connect and to share with you. It's, I'm steering from Salt Spring Island, where I feel really in the elements every single day, and that's what inspired this series. So if you have something to write on or with at the end, that might be really nice. I have something, because for today's Earth, I have a crystal, just something tangible I'm going to put by my mat. If you have something around if you'd like to use or hold, that could be something nice to have. Okay, so elemental yoga. There's lots of cultures speak to how there's the elements within us and there's elements around us. So earth being the bones in our body, water being the blood, air being our breath, fire being our digestive juices. It's within us and it's around us. It's what makes us up. It's what everything of nature is comprised of. And so understanding the elements within ourselves is the key to understanding life itself and the world around us. And I sort of made this link, doing a bit of research about how, we've got the 4 elements, and it's also connected to the 4 seasons. It's also connected to the 4 aspects of ourself: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. It's everywhere we look. It's the 4 directions: north, south, east, west, and there's it all aligns. And so really it's about that balance. It's about balancing within ourselves, around ourselves, and also connecting to that 5th element, so the ether. So the ether is that inexplicable one that's everywhere and everything. It's it doesn't have those physical, tangible qualities. It's just connection. It's just spirit. It's magic. It's alchemy. It's that which balances everything else. So as we work through these 4 elements and dive in and receive the gifts of each, we're actually moving towards that balance and that connection to something greater and something bigger and something magical. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started on the earth. So we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position, and then maybe place the palms down on the knees and close down the eyes. We're going to take 3 or 4 rolls of the shoulders back and down, opening through the chest. And then we're going to move left to right, front to back, and find what feels like center. When you found what feels like your center, you're going to breathe 4 deep breaths up through the whole spine. Out the crown of the head on the in-breath. Exhale, back down the spine, grounding back into earth. Inhale up through the crown. Exhale, back down the spine to earth. Just feeling and noticing your connection. And when you feel ready, we're going to move and spiral in one direction. So in the yoga world, they speak of the earth element as connected to the Muladhara chakra, which is the base of the spine. So right now I want you to pay attention to the lowest part of your spine, and as we're spiraling and moving around this place, see if you can imagine the energy moving up through your spine. So the Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, is all about stability, all about support, all about grounding, nurturing, a feeling of safety and support. Reversing the direction when you're ready. Let's move in the opposite spiral. And the earth element's connected to the season of winter. So it's the darkness, it's the introspection, it's that time to go inwards, to reflect and to feel. It's that deep feminine energy. Circling, make your spirals smaller and smaller till you come to stillness. And I'm going to stack the bones. So the earth is all about the form, our skeleton, our bones. If you can stack the lower, first of all, the Muladhara chakra, the base of the spine, the lower spine, the middle spine, upper spine, and crown. See if it's a one long line and you can feel that stacking, that alignment, that ease. I'm going to do a hand gesture, a mudra. So I'm going to take the thumb to the ring finger on both hands, and the first and the second fingers connect. And the hands will be nice and long, and press the fingers down into the earth. So almost like they're your kickstands, and you're pressing and connecting to the earth on both sides. So feeling into that triangle of the base of your spine earthing you, and the two fingers on either side of your body earthing you too. And just notice the sensations here as you ground and root and connect to Mother Earth here. Feeling into the subtle energy body. And I'm going to recite or repeat a mantra, Om Sri Gaia Ma. Gaia is earth, Ma is mother. So we're just honoring Mother Earth. I'm going to say it 4 times. You can either listen to my sounds or you can repeat with me. It's Om Sri Gaia Ma. When you're ready, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Om Sri Gaia Ma. Om Sri Gaia Ma. Om Sri Gaia Ma. Om Sri Gaia Ma. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale that energy, rounding down through prayer, through the body. From here, we're just going to hug ourselves into a tight ball. So we're going to make like a rock or a stone, and we're going to give ourselves a hug around the knees and drop the head down. So either the head drops onto the knees or just falls forward. Just find your connection to yourself. Find your connection to your own skeleton, to your own form, to your own body. Feeling really earthed, feeling grounded, feeling protected, feeling really held. Take a couple of deep breaths into the back of the neck, into the back of the heart. And then gently release. And you just come back to that cross-legged position. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me, but you just keep facing forward. And we're going to palms face down on the knees. And we're just going to do a wave. So moving the body forward and back. So we're rocking the pelvis, but we're also undulating through the whole spine. Just noticing your shift in connection to earth as you move forward and back. Paying attention to the breath, Paying attention to the places of the body that are connecting and communicating with the ground. And the next time the body moves high, let's take the right hand and do a twist to the left with the left palm behind, up on the fingertips. And then we're going to do the same wave movement to the left. Start to notice where and how you can use the grounding of the hips to shoot that energy through the spine. And there's no right or wrong here. Paying attention to your lower spine and connecting it up to your crown or the top of your head. And see if you can imagine what lines you're drawing, what kind of movements you're drawing from the lower spine to the top of the head. And when you're ready, keeping the right hand where it is, take the left hand up and over, palm facing down on the knee. Belly to spine, let's roll it forward, chin down. Now we twist to the right fingertips behind. Keep that left hand where it is. And let's go to those waves of the spine to the right. Allow every movement to start from the base of the spine and just spill out to the crown of the head. Feeling connection to your own bones, feeling connection to the ground. And then when you're ready, leave the left hand where it is. Right hand comes up and over, crossing to the opposite knee. Belly to spine, roll forward. And as you release from this position, take the soles of the feet together in a diamond shape in front of you. And you can bring the feet closer or further away from your hips as you like. And the first thing I'm going to do is take your hands and put your thumbs on the inside of your feet and give yourself a foot massage, feeling to the bones of your feet. Just noticing your own structure here. Thanking your feet for holding you and keeping you walking this earth. And feeling that energy connection between the earth and your body, and the gateway is usually the soles of your feet. Just sending some love here, sending some openness here. Just supporting our weight all day and just giving back some love to this place. Toes, feeling into the heels. And then we're just going to do a couple of squeezes up the calf. So using your thumb on the back of your Achilles, just give a couple of squeezes into your shin bones. And then we're going to come into a forward fold, any amount. Just bowing down. Just feeling into the introspection of this pose. You really fold it in on yourself. See, for the next couple of breaths, you can breathe into your Muladhara chakra, your root of your spine. And then breathe the energy up the whole back and out the crown of the head, in towards the ground. When you're ready, let's roll up and we'll take the left foot closer in towards the body and the right knee to the left foot. So it's a mermaid pose. Take a couple of sways left to right. Just allow that right hip some time to internally rotate. Just feeling the hips connect. And as you twist to the left, the right hip can come off the ground. That's totally fine. As you find a twist. Now you might have your hands, you might have your forearms down. And wherever you are, you're breathing into the parts of the body that are connecting to the ground and softening back into that place. For 3. For 2. 1. Gently unwind, and as you come back through center, straighten through that right leg with the right toes to the sky. You might want to take your left foot in a little bit closer to the right thigh. Right foot flexes as you side body bend gently towards the right. And as you turn to face your right leg, bend your right knee as much as you need to feel a really gentle and supported forward fold along that right leg. Drop the head. For 3. For 2. 1. Take your left hand to left hip onto the earth as you lift up onto the left shin, lift the hips, lift that right hand to the sky. And as the hips come back down to the earth, bend the right knee and take the right foot facing forward, right in front of the left foot. And from here, we're just going to give ourselves a hug. Find ourselves back in that connection, feeling into your skeleton, your bones, your structure. And from this place, root the left hand back into the ground and lift up one more time. Rooting to rise. Exhale, softening back down. And let's do the other side. So right knee out to the right, left knee into the right foot. Mermaid pose. Let's just move left to right, softening into that internal rotation on the left hip. And when you feel grounded enough to twist from this place, you're going to the right. The left hip can lift. And then you're either staying up on your fingertips or coming to the forearms. It doesn't matter where you are. Just allow every part of the body that's connecting to earth to give you the strength, to give you the support to bow down. For 3. For 2. 1. Gently unwinding, untwisting the left leg long. Straighten the left leg with the left toes flexed to the sky. Bring the right foot in towards the right thigh, the left thigh. From here, side body bend. Right hand moves up and over. Deep breath into the right ribs, right side of the body. And from here, turn to face your left leg, bend your left knee, and then allow yourself to fold closer to the ground. Any amount. For 3. Hold. 1. Come on up. Right hand, right hip to the ground. Press into the right shin as you lift the hips. Lift the left hand. Come on up. Beautiful. Hips soften back to the earth. Bend the left knee and face the left foot forward. Just tucking in front of that right foot. And give yourself a hug. Let's really hold onto your own arm bones. Find somewhere where you can actually have a grip. And really feel yourself holding yourself and being held by yourself and connecting. So you're giving and receiving at the same time. Leaning into your own structure. Gently releasing right hand by right hip. Let's come on up again. Pressing your left foot to the earth with right shin to the earth. And as you come down this time, you're going to bring the knees together and roll up into a kneeling position. Hips to heels. Palms face down once again. Stacking the spine, feeling hips above mid-back, above upper back, above skull. And then we're going to tuck the toes under and allow every single toe to find its own place on the earth. And then sit back again, opening up through the soles of the feet. And from here, I want you to take your hands, I want you to hold the skull. So holding your head and pressing gently into the bones of your skull. And you're finding places that really, really feel like they want to be held. Like for me, it's the forehead and cupping the lower part of my skull. When I press into these places, it really feels like I can relax and surrender into that. For you, it might be the sides, it might be the top, but really have a play around. Feeling into the structure of your face, feeling into the bones beneath the skin, and sending a bit of love here. So a lot of the time when we look at ourselves, we just see the exterior, but really feel deeper than that. Feel into what it feels like in the nervous system to be held, for your head to be held and cradled. Last deep breath wherever you are. Maybe you stay in one place for a couple of breaths. And from here, we're going to interlace the hands, flip the palms to the ceiling as we come high on our knees. So make sure there's not too much arch. Make sure you tuck the tailbone. You're in one long line here, lifting the palms up. For 3, for 2, 1. Release the hands behind the back this time. Interlacing, the palms reach down towards the earth, opening through the chest, opening through the shoulders. And we're going to bow forward. And you can allow the top of your head to come to the earth if it reaches, and if it doesn't, that's fine. So you're going to send the hips back and bow the head forward and reach the hands up. If the head doesn't reach, just bow it down. If it does, gently tap the top of the head down to the earth and hold and breathe for 3, for 2, 1. Gently coming up, release the hands. We're going to walk out to tabletop. Send the hips down and come into a full prostration on the earth. So full bow to the earth with the hands down, forehead down. So in this place, if that doesn't feel good for your shoulders for any reason, you can make a pillow with your hands and drop your forehead down. And I just want you to breathe into this full connection of the front of your body into the earth. So feeling and noticing the belly soften. Feeling and noticing the head. Head is heavy. And from this place, you're going to gently lift up, reach the palm out to the right hand side, right palm facing down. Left hand is underneath the left shoulder and bend the left knee. From here, you're just going to press into the ground. Right side of the head is on the earth as you peel and open through the right side of the body. Right shoulder open. The right ear is listening to the earth. Hearing the secrets. And let's roll to the other side, coming back to the belly. Reset, left hand out to the left, palm facing down. You're in line with the shoulder. Right hand under right shoulder, bend the right knee. And then press yourself to roll onto the left side. Left ear softens to the mat. Being open, being soft, being a good listener. And 3, and 2, 1, back to the belly. We're going to come up into a floating sphinx. So lift the chest, lift the hands. Feel yourself floating up using your back muscles. And then press the hands to the earth. Roll back into a child's pose. Knees wide, hips to heels. Finding a fist and stacking the fist, stacking the forehead down. So the head is connecting to the bones of the head connecting to the bones of your hands and rounding down to the earth. For 3. 4, 2. 1. Let's walk the hands all the way over to the right. And you're going to bend your left arm. And then you're going to stretch the left arm long, and this time bend the right arm. From here, plant the right arm into the ground. See if you can lift the hips again. Left leg long to the side, left arm high. So in the same position we've been, but this time the left toes are facing to the front of the mat. And we're just going to move back into a tabletop position, but the left leg's still out to the left. So you're in this shape. So from here, knees in line with the toes. See if you can move through a cat-cow here. So arching and rounding through the spine with the leg long. Inhale as you arch, exhale as you round. From this place, let's reach the left toes back behind us. Left leg is long, toes to the earth. And from here, press into your left toes to the ground so much that maybe you can lift the right knee up. So I'm pressing away with my hands, pressing into the left heel. Yes, right knee lifts. And then exhale it slowly back down to the ground. Left foot moves forward in line with the right knee. And press the heel back. So it's an Achilles heel stretch. You can stay with your hands firmly on the ground, or you can come into that hug. Gently release, coming back, child's pose. Knees wide, hips to heels, finding that fist. Support for the head, for the skull. Drop the shoulders down, soften the shoulders. 4, 3. 4, 2. And 1. Walking the hands all the way over to the left this time. So straightening your left arm, bending the right arm first. And then switch, bend the left arm and straighten the right arm, noticing any differences in that side body opening. Wherever you are, plant the left hand down, reach the right leg out to the side, right arm moves high. And then we're just going to move the hands back to tabletop at the front of the mat. With the right leg out to the right, with the right toes facing down. That's it. And let's see from this place whether we can arch and round. interesting how just moving skeleton space just a little and finding a different connection to the earth is a very different feeling in the body. Or 3. Or 2. 1. Right toes move to the back of the mat, right toes face down. And then press through that right heel so much, press through both hands into the earth so much, you can lift the left knee, hovering it, yes. And then very gently allowing it to press back down to the ground, and then the right foot steps by the left knee, sit the hips back and find that runner's stretch. Hands to the ground or finding that hug of the self. Sending the love back inwards. Feeling that support. And from here, we're going to roll back out to a tabletop. And then as we reach the right leg back, we're going to do something a little flippy. So the right leg goes back, the left arm goes forward. So reaching out and away, pressing through the left knee, pressing through the right hand, feeling how connected and strong the energy from the ground is. And from here, as the left hand goes down, I'll show this a couple times. Bend the right knee. You're going to sit yourself to the left, the hips come down. And then as you turn around, both feet to the earth, hips to the sky. Yes. Right hand up. Beautiful. And then the hips come down, right hand to the ground. We'll do it again. Hips up, lift up. And then as you can feel the feet connect, the hand connects, press from these 3 points of contact to lift the hips high. Last time. And hips down. Let's roll back over to the tabletop and move through dancing, moving cat-cow. So just allowing that to unwind in the body. And then we'll go straight to the other side. So first feel your hands on the earth, really grip the earth, palm suction down, press away from the earth, feel that lift of the chest. And from here, left leg moves back, pressing into the right knee to feel the lift. And then the right arm moves forward. So really press away from the ground, feeling that extension through the whole body. And when you're ready, right hand comes down. Bend the left knee. You're going to sit to the right side and flip over with both feet to the ground, pressing firmly to lift that left hand. And then very slowly, gently going to lower down and then lift up one more time. Or 2 more times actually. We're really rooting to rise, feeling the points of contact of the ground and using that energy to suck it up through the body. And as the hips lower, turn back, tabletop. From here, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Pressing away from the ground. Softening the shoulders down. And when you're ready, we're going to step the right foot forward. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. For today, I'm going to bend both knees a lot. And then we're going to pounce that right foot forward and drop the left knee. So in a low lunge. Interlace the hands. Press them into your top of your thigh to lift the body and stack your body. So left knee, hip, shoulders in one long line. And then the palms flip to the ceiling. Really feeling grounded through the left knee and the right foot, feeling extension through the whole spine. And from this place, release and interlace the hands behind the back, opening shoulders, opening chest. Look down at your right foot and then heel toe your right foot towards the right side of the mat. Right toes face out to the right. So when you bend your knee, you can bow down on the inside of the knee. Create some space for yourself to bow to earth, bow to self.
And as you release the hands, both hands are on the inside of the right foot. So just orientate yourself by moving your hips forward and backwards, finding space in the hips. Feeling your palms nice and connected to the earth, and then circle through the hips in both directions. Feeling grounded, feeling connected. And from this place, let's do a couple of bows. So bend through the right knee as much as you can. Bend your elbows back so that they do like a half push-up, but the elbows are tracking backwards and parallel. So bowing down and then lifting up. It's the only way you can do it with your knee in the way. Bowing down, lifting up. Last time. And then as you come up, walk your hands all the way over to the left, any amount, and then bow again. I'm up on my fingertips, my arms are straight, and then you're pressing through the earth. Walk your hands back in towards yourself. Pick up your left foot by bending your left knee and swivel it in towards your body so it's parallel to the front of your mat. When you come up, it should look like a kneeling pose. Now your right foot wants to walk right back into the center of the mat so that when you bend your right knee, it tracks over the right toes. Give yourself a hug, hands to elbows or hands to shoulders. Really hold onto your structure and then just pulse into that right knee for 3, for 2, for 1. Tuck the left toes. Release the hand. See if you can bring your left hand to your left heel and then reach the right hand to the sky. It's a bit of an opening here. And then as you bring your hands back to the top of the mat, make sure you swivel the back leg around so everything faces the front, and come back to your high kneeling. Palms face the ceiling. Release the palms. Interlace behind the back. We're about to go onto our bellies on the ground, so walking out, find a full connection of your whole front of the body to the ground. Take a breath here. Surrender to earth. Surrendering your body. And from this place, releasing and opening through the chest, finding a hovering sphinx, and then palms face down, and you're back into a child's pose. With the fists, with the forehead down, for 3. For 2. Tapping into earth, the mountains, the caves, the dirt, the rocks, the sand, the gardens. Finding those places within ourselves and in our mind's eye. When you're ready, let's walk out and find another downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Bend both knees a lot. And let's step the left foot forward this time. Right knee down. Hands come interlaced. Pressing down to the left thigh. Allowing yourself to press yourself down into the ground to lift yourself up and out and find some length. From here, flipping the palms to the sky, strong, long, straight arm bones. Let's release and interlace the hands behind the back, open shoulders, open heart. Let's heel toe that left foot to the left with the left toes facing out towards the left. And to the earth we bow, head humbly lowering. Take both hands on the inside of the left foot and just moving forward and back, finding space on the inside of our hips. Circling both directions. Coming back to stillness as we bend the knee as much as we can, that left knee, and elbows both trace backwards in parallel as we bend and bow any amount. Exhaling on the way down. With reverence, with respect. Next time you are high, let's move the hands out towards the right, up on the fingertips, and then find an extra stretch out this direction. From here, as we move the hands back underneath our shoulders, bend the right knee, pick up the right foot, and we're swiveling it in towards our body so it's parallel to the front and the back of the mat. We come up to that kneel with the left foot forward. Take the left foot into the center of the mat, so when you bend your left knee, it tracks in the same direction as the left toes. Come back to that hug of the body. Holding and being held for 3, for 2, 1. We tuck the right toes. We release the hold, right hand to right heel. We lift the left hand to the ceiling, any amount. And then hands come back to frame that left foot. Turn everything around to face the front. Back to your tabletop. Back to your high knees. Flip the palm, tuck the toes, reaching on up. In breath. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace. Reaching the palms towards the ground as you lift the chest. And as we release the hands, and let's walk out onto our bellies. Take a breath here, soften here. Don't rush this part. It's a full connection to earth. Breathing in, feeling deeply. For 3, for 2, 1. Inhaling up, lifting the chest, lifting the elbows, hovering cobra, and the hands under shoulders, pressing back to child's pose, back to those fists. Softening the head down, softening the shoulders. For 3, for 2. From here, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And both knees a lot as you step the right foot forward. This time we ground the left heel. Keep the right knee bent as we come up to warrior 1 legs. Bend the right knee a lot. Bring your fingers to interlace and press down on your thigh again, just to feel the lift of the body out of the waist. Really feel both feet connect. Feel your hips stack as you reach the hands to the sky. Bend lower to feel yourself in harmony with gravity, with earth, as you release the hands, interlace behind the back. Opening through the chest. Heel toe your foot out to the right any amount, and let's bow down from this place. Head to the earth, hands up and over. From here, as you walk the hands to the ground, can you walk them out to the left, up on the fingertips? It's a little bit more difficult now because you're up a little higher, but see if you can find your support, find your feet, find your groundedness. Yes. 3, for 2. Walk the hands back under you. Both toes are going to face towards the left. Keep the right knee bent and see if you can bend the right knee more to lift the left toes to the sky. So it's sort of like a ninja squat. Left toes are up. Hands are to the ground to support you. And then you're going to shift direction. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, right toes to the ground. So we're just crawling across the earth and then back to the start. Bend the right knee, left leg is straight, left toes to the sky. And let's switch it round to the top of the mat and to your plank, top of a push-up. Knees are down, toes are still tucked, walking back, high knees, interlace your hands, reach on up. Find your length, release the hands behind the back. Knuckles to earth. Release your hands, walk out fully to the ground. Whole body connects to the earth. You can make a pillow if that feels good. Surrender the hips, surrender the heels. And as you lift up into that flying cobra, lifting the chest, planting the hands back to child's pose with the fists. Deep breath here. Regrounding, re-earthing, and resetting the whole body, the whole system. Let's move to the other side, down facing dog. Nice and slow. Feeling your palms grip to the earth, feeling all finger pads almost gripping the earth and holding the ground. The feet, whatever part of the feet are connected to the earth, really press even more firmly through those places. And bend both knees a lot. And step the left foot forward, ground the right heel, and come to warrior one. Interlace the palms, pressing down onto the left thigh. Bend the left knee a lot. Feel the lift of the whole body, stacking those bones, stacking and aligning that skeleton. Arms lift. Rooting through the feet, rising through the body. From here, releasing, hands interlace behind the back. Heel toe the left foot to the left, and let's bow to the earth. Strong through that back foot. Head is heavy. Releasing through the whole skull. Release the hands to the ground on the inside of the left foot. Walking the hands out to the right, out on your fingertips. Yes. And as you walk the hands back in towards you, both toes face out to the right. As you bend your left knee more, right leg is straight with the right toes to the sky. And let's crawl along the ground, hand over hand, and then bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. Yes, and back the way you came. Keeping it low, keeping it connected. And then the hands frame the front foot back to your plank, top of a push-up, bend the knees. Let's come high, interlacing the hands, high knees. Interlace hands behind the back. Let's crawl out to your belly, release the hands. Find yourself on the earth. From this place, come to your floating cobra, hands under shoulders, press back to child's pose with the fists, support the head. from this place, we're going to come back out to our tabletop. And we're going to bring the right knee to the center of our mat and cross it on top of the left leg. So the right foot is on the left side of the knee. And then we're going to scooch the left knee right on in there so the knees are stacked behind each other. Now this is not for everyone, so I'm going to show you the transition first, and if it doesn't work for you, there's another way in. We're going to bring the feet apart and then see if we can bring the hips back, sit on the ground between the heels. If that's a no-go, just come to the ground, left leg is straight, right leg is bent up and over. And that's the same stretch. Wherever you are, take the right elbow over the left and give yourself a big hug. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears. And inhale here. Exhale, curl into a little ball. So everyone's going to look different. Everyone's hips are different. Everyone's back is different. Everyone connects to earth in a different way. That's 3. 2, 1, gently release. Taking your right hand to your right heel, so it's across the body. See if you can side body bend to the right. And as you release, bring that left hand across the knee. Now you're twisting to the right. Beautiful. Now let's come back to that stacking. So in your twist, reconnect with your sacrum, your spine, your Muladhara chakra. Lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, crown, stacked on top of each other from this place. Feeling the openness and the movement of energy from earth, sky, back down to earth. And as you gently release, if you want, you can roll back over the knees and come back in the way you came out. And come back to tabletop. We're just going to gently tap the tops of the toes down to the ground. And we can also bring the backs of the top of the toes to massage the back of the calf of both sides. It can be nice. Try both sides. And we'll do the double cow face pose on the other side. So the left knee in the center of the mat. Take the left foot on the other side of the knee, so you're crossing your legs. Push that right knee right up behind the left knee and take a breath. Feet are wide, so you give space for your hips, and then see if you can sink yourself back to the ground. Well done. And then find both sit bones connected. You can move your feet around if you need to. And this time the left elbow is on top of the right, holding your scapula. Maybe even give yourself a massage here, a bit of a squeeze of the shoulders. Inhale through the nose, exhale, forward fold here. Reconnecting to earth, to that rock, to that stone, to that clay, to that place of beginning. For 3. 4, 2, 1. We gently roll up. Release the hands. Left hand to the left ankle, so it's across your body. Right hand up and over to the left. Breathing down the spine, connecting both hips to the ground, and then in your twist, the right arm is across, left hand is behind, up on the fingertips. And let's realign that spine from earth to base of spine, to mid-spine, to upper spine, to crown of head. Long, lengthened, strong, open channel. And as we gently release, take the legs out in front of us. And we're just going to lie down onto our backs. So you can scooch forward if you need to. And take our time to allow the whole spine to connect and ground to the earth. Take a couple of breaths and feel gravity, finding that gentle space between each vertebrae, feeling really held, feeling supported. Grounding both feet, paying attention to both sets of toes, both balls of the feet, both heels of the feet, the outer and inner portions of both feet. And see if you can press equally through all four directions of both of your feet. To press into the earth, to lift the hips, and to scooch the arms underneath. We'll interlace one last time, and then even roll the upper arms underneath you. Pressing both feet equally, pressing both arms equally, and feeling that lift and that length of the spine in your bridge. Feeling the support of the earth to find your air here. Long back of the neck for 3, for 2, 1. Gently release the hands and super slow reconnect the spine to earth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. For our last pose here, we're just going to hug the knees in towards the chest and feel if you can hug your elbows once more. And we're just going to flex everything. So flexing the feet, hugging the knees in, crunching up the face, holding everything super tight, holding, connecting, condensing, and then from this place, we expand and find the back body completely supported and connected in Shavasana. Softening out your ankles, your knees, hips, ribs, shoulders, wrists, neck, skull, body. And as we feel into the earth at our back, feeling the heartbeat of the body, feeling the heartbeat of the earth. Here and now, I invoke the elemental force of earth. I call to the swirling dust in the dawn-lit mountains, to the farmers' fields and all the swaying trees. You that remains solid, you that teaches of quiet stability, you that holds us firm against your skin, I call you here to infuse my intentions with your boundless gifts. I call you here to fashion the spirit cavern, root my will in your soil, and ground my purpose in the stones. Boulder and gravel, redwood and rose, earth, I call to thee.
When you're ready to move, you can wiggle through toes and fingers. Reach the body long against the earth, and then bending your knees, roll to your side and stay in the fetal position on your side just for a brief moment. Just feeling that support, that connection, that gratitude for earth, and gratitude for the groundedness that you've created in your practice. And bring that with you as you roll up to a comfortable seated position, hands to prayer. Earth, hold me. Air, inspire me. Fire, ignite me. And water, cleanse me. Thank you so much for joining in practice with me this evening. Namaste. If you have to go, it's 6 o'clock now. If you have a couple of minutes and you just want to jot down, the journal prompt for this practice is things that ground me are. And even if you have a couple of words or a sentence, this is a good time just to ground that in from your original intentions.